My ancient fiancé wants to castrate me and chases me all the way to modern Earth. But I never meant to ditch the wedding. On the very night of our wedding, a strange force yanks me back to the modern world. Who could possibly understand the regret of being dumped into a rental apartment on my wedding night? But 1 year later, my fiancé shows up at my door. You, the heavenly sovereign of the celestial realm, have always been carefree and easygoing. Living alone in the mortal world, my days have been pretty laid back. I'm so shocked I stumble back 2 steps. Celine, how are you here? Seeing the confusion in my eyes, she answers flatly. You want to ask how I found you so you can dodge our engagement again next time? She looks at my disheveled state and lets out a contemptuous smile. I know I vanished into thin air on our wedding night and made you the laughingstock of the 3 realms. But this whole past year I've prayed to every god. Every single day I tried everything I could, but I just couldn't cross back. I don't want to hear it. I came to the mortal world for 2 things, and once they're done, you and I will be over for good, never to meet again. First, since you, Lucian, refused to marry me, then let's settle this once and for all today, right here, in front of everyone. I tear up the marriage contract sealed by the heavenly Tao. From this day forward, I, Celine, and you, Lucian, have nothing to do with each other ever again. But I tell her, this bond was sealed by the heavenly Tao itself. No one can just break it on a whim. I will never agree. Seeing how unyielding I am, Celine clenches the torn contract tight in her hand. I already announced it to every soul across the 6 realms. I called off the engagement myself and stripped you of the title of Heavenly Sovereign. I came today only to tell you in person, but I hold firm. No matter how many times you said it in the celestial realm, no matter how many times you announced it, I, Lucian, refuse to accept any of it. I look into her eyes. You once taught me, you don't judge a person by their words, you judge them by what they actually do. Celine can no longer hide the hurt in her voice. You're the one who ran from the wedding. You disappeared for a whole year, and now you absolutely refuse to call it off. How am I supposed to believe you? I fall silent. She goes on. Now for the second thing, you were the one who pursued me in the beginning. So why did I end up the target of every rumor with everyone pointing fingers at me? The joke of the realms. Why was it me? I have no answer. I reach out to wipe her tears, but she gently turns away and says coldly, the engagement is void, Mr. Lucian. Please keep your distance, show some respect. I try to explain. I never once thought of running from this marriage. I begged the heavens for 3,000 years to earn this engagement. How could I just let it go? On the night before our wedding, a strange, heavenly Tao backlash struck me out of nowhere and dragged me straight back to modern Earth. I can't hold it back anymore. Celine, believe me, if I'd had even the slightest choice, I would never have left you alone. But she still doesn't believe me. Lucian, did you really think you could throw out some heavenly Tao backlash excuse and I'd just buy it? I lost all face in front of 10,000 immortals, mocked and shunned by everyone. Do you have any idea what this past year has been like for me? I step forward. If killing me would ease your anger, then go ahead. Celine looks at the man tangled into her life for 3,000 years. And still, she cannot bring herself to strike. But if I find out you've lied to me about even half a word, I will shatter your very soul and you will never reincarnate again. I step closer to say something, and just as the tension is about to snap, my aunt sends me a message. Lucian, are you off work yet? You've been single for so long, I've set you up on a blind date. She's a pretty girl, great figure too. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, Riverside Tea House. You hear me? I rub my forehead. Auntie, please stop setting me up on these dates. I already have someone I love. Don't try to brush me off with that line. If you dare skip out tomorrow, I'll call your parents and have them deal with you. I hang up, knowing there's no way to talk my way out of this one. A blind date. That's where a mortal man and woman meet up privately, isn't it? She says with a sneer. Go right ahead, don't let an old flame you abandoned get in the way of your beautiful new match. I deflate. Celine, it's not what you think. Meetings in the mortal world aren't as serious as you're imagining, and that line you taught me. It has a second half. You can always trust Lucian. She doesn't respond. She just quietly sheathes her sword. I don't understand mortal customs, but tomorrow's blind date with that long-legged girl, I'm coming with you. I want to see for myself exactly what she looks like. I think she's only bluffing, but the next morning I hear something stirring in the living room. Celine has thrown on one of my t-shirts. The oversized shirt makes her look tiny. Catching me staring, she gets annoyed. What are you staring at? Keep gawking at me like that and I'll gouge your eyes out. Also, this shirt, I don't think it suits me. Do you have anything else? Oh, I sure do. I grin mischievously. My lady sovereign, your humble servant shall fetch one. 15 minutes later, I finish helping her get dressed. Let's go, my lady sovereign, today. I'll show you the customs and life of the mortal world. Her fighting spirit immediately flares up. Just lead the way. I want to get a good look at this long-legged blind date woman everyone's talking about and see how pretty she really is. Just how pretty she really is. She shoves me out the door, full of fire. Downstairs, I call the Uber I booked. But the moment Celine sees this moving contraption, she leaps straight onto the roof of the car. Dude, what's going on with your girlfriend? Is she filming a martial arts show? That kung fu leap looked way too real. My brand new roof can't take this kind of beating. I hurry to coax her down. Celine, get down. This isn't some immortal treasure standing up there will crush the car. She replies, perfectly calm. Husband, no need to panic. A platform this low. I'm standing on it just fine. How could it possibly break? Seeing how stubborn she is, I scoop her down and tuck her into the car. The moment she's inside, she's grumbling again. Mortal things are pathetically fragile. What is this weird round array that keeps flashing and ticking? The numbers shift up and down. Is it secretly draining our life force? An evil array like this will only bring disaster. Let me destroy it with one strike of my sword before it can harm you in secret. She starts channeling her power. I grab her hand at once. Your Majesty, this is not a life-draining array. It's called a taximeter. It calculates the fare for the ride. The numbers ticking are just counting money. They have nothing to do with our lifespan. Please don't do anything rash. If you break it, we can't afford to pay for it. The driver, completely worn out, mutters, I've been driving for years and this is my first passenger, who climbs onto the roof and rambles like she's in a trance. We finally arrive at the date, and another classic soap opera scene is waiting for us. Lucien, you actually had the nerve to show up. If your aunt hadn't shown up yesterday with a live chicken begging us to give you a chance to meet. Do you really think I'd be sitting here with you? A few thousand a month, no car, no house, nothing. Take a hard look at yourself. Are you even worthy? The man flips open a fancy box. Since you're here, let me give you a treat. This is a Tang Dynasty Hettian jade bowl worth a fortune. A regular working class guy like you couldn't afford it in a lifetime. Even if you broke off a tiny chip, you couldn't pay it back. Celine flares up before I can react. A common mortal dares insult my husband in public? Isn't this just the classic humiliate the simp trope? Where did you even crawl out from to speak to me with that attitude? Celine picks up the bowl and examines it. This thing is lifeless, a cheap, artificially aged knockoff, and you have the nerve to call it an antique treasure? Are you insane? This is a top-tier antique. I'm calling the police right now to have you arrested. Oh, is this worth a lot? Celine laughs and conjures a breathtaking jade tablet in her palm. Even the finest imperial green jade is nothing next to this. How can a jade this perfect even exist? This stone is the lowest grade spirit jade in the celestial realm. We use it to prop up table legs, and a single piece is worth more than your entire family's assets combined. But then I notice the jade pendant hanging around this man's neck carries a sinister aura I know all too well, the very same one that back then tore me out of the celestial realm and dragged me back to modern Earth. That same rift of the heavenly Tao, that same black mist. Where did you get this pendant? The man, intimidated by my presence, blurts out, from Blackheart Antiques in Treasure Antique Alley. The owner of that shop sold it to me. Treasure Antique Alley, Blackheart Antiques. So the truth behind my wedding night disappearance and the reason Celine burned through her own cultivation to cross realms searching for me, it's all hidden inside that antique alley. I take Celine's hand. Come on, wife, let's head home first. Tomorrow I'll take you to flip that whole place over. We leave. Back home, Celine's stomach is already growling. Let me heat up some dumplings for you. Dumplings? Just try them. You'll see. I toss the frozen dumplings into the microwave and instantly trigger Celine's full caveman mode. Stop! This square boxy thing, what kind of evil artifact is it? She points her sword at the microwave. It hums nonstop and gives off scorching, hostile energy. This is absolutely no ordinary mortal object. A bad feeling hits me. Stand back, get away from it. Let me slay this demon with one strike. I won't let it harm a single hair on you. I rush to stop her. Wait. My lady sovereign, put the sword away. This isn't a demon or any kind of evil artifact. It's called a microwave, a mortal appliance used to heat up food. There's no danger at all. Celine is skeptical. Heating food without firewood, without open flame? Just this iron box can produce heat? How can such a bizarre thing exist in the mortal world? Has your mind already been clouded by some demon, so now you're covering for it? I reassure her. There's truly no danger. It runs on electricity. We use it to heat all our meals. It'll stop in just a moment. Just watch, you'll see. Half convinced, she fidgets with the sword in her hand. A moment later, ding! The microwave chimes and steaming hot dumplings come out. See? I wasn't lying. It's just for heating food. Try one. She puts away her divine sword and inspects the dumpling carefully. This mortal world snack is actually better than the celestial realm's jade dew and spirit moon, and even tastier than divine elixirs. She starts devouring them, all grace forgotten. Those bland, grain-abstaining pills back in the celestial realm, compared to this, they're nothing like rotten, choking gruel. Listening to her mumble, my mind drifts elsewhere. That rich kid's pendant, the one carrying the aura of the heavenly Tao rift, came from Blackheart Antiques in Treasure Antique Alley, where I work part-time. That Vince on the surface, he's just an antique shop owner, but he's hiding something dark underneath. That shop holds the full truth behind my forced transmigration. Celine finishes her meal happily and wipes her mouth. Catching my troubled expression out of the corner of her eye, she asks, What are you thinking about? Nothing. Let's clean up and get ready for bed tomorrow. I'm taking you to Blackheart Antiques. The moment we step inside, the shop owner's voice booms out. Perfect timing, broke errand boy, this Yuan Dynasty blue and white porcelain. A major piece. You appraise it in front of everyone, broaden your horizons. You've been here long enough to have sharpened your eye. Don't let our customers think our own staff can't tell a treasure when they see one. I let out a cold laugh. Vince is obviously laying a trap, planning to pin the sale of a fake on me as a scapegoat. This so-called appraisal session today is a setup made specifically for me. The planted chills in the crowd chime in. Wow, one look and you can tell this is a priceless antique. A treasure like this is worth an absolute fortune. Isn't that guy just the errand boy here? What does he know about antiques? He probably can't even tell blue and white porcelain from Celadon. Look, his face has gone pale. He probably doesn't even dare to touch it. I almost burst out laughing on the spot. This piece has none of the spiritual aura a true antique should carry, not a trace of the earthy patina that years should leave behind. It's nothing but a modern factory assembly line low-grade knockoff. Cut the hype. This piece of junk dares to be called a legendary antique. All of you claim to be appraisal experts, yet you can't see that this thing has zero spiritual aura of a real antique, not even a hint of the patina of age. Nowhere to be found. It's a modern factory assembly line low-grade knockoff, plain and simple, and you all sing its praises like this? This jar isn't a yuan blue and white. It doesn't even qualify as a Republic-era reproduction. A pure modern assembly line knockoff cost? 200 yuan, tops. If I were you, I'd be looking for a hole to crawl into, instead of embarrassing myself here. Seeing I won't take the bait, the owner sneers. Every senior figure in Cloud City's antique world is sitting right here. You dare call my prized treasure a fake? Then sign the liability agreement. I already called the police in advance. The officers are waiting right outside the moment your appraisal turns out wrong. You'll not only pay massive damages but face full legal consequences. A punk with dyed yellow hair jumps out. Who the hell do you think you are? Acting up at Boss Vince's event? Just a broke nobody with no background renting some dump of an apartment, scraping by at the bottom, and you think you're qualified to judge a yuan blue and white? When Boss Vince was already collecting antiques, you were still hauling bricks at a construction site. A self-important expert chimes in. Kid, you can eat whatever food you want, but you can't say whatever you want in this trade. What counts is your eye, your experience, your lineage. A green kid like you who can't even tell apart blue and white glaze, clay, or chemical composition, who doesn't even know which way the door of this trade opens, dares call a legendary yuan blue and white a fake. If you ask me, you just watched a couple of appraisal videos online and came here to fake expertise and grab attention. When I signed the agreement, the owner bursts into laughter, but then he watches me lift the vase and smash it onto the floor. Are you out of your mind? A priceless antique like this? You just destroyed it like that? You'll never escape responsibility for this in your lifetime. Outrageous. Absolutely lawless. This is a legendary yuan blue and white, and you dare to scratch and abuse it in public, wantonly destroying it. This is a sacrilege against a sacred object. If this piece has even a hair of damage, 10 lives wouldn't be enough to pay it back. A man in a suit blocks me. In this trade, you handle pieces gently. Even if you think it's fake, you don't desecrate it like that. Several certified appraisers here have already agreed this is a genuine, museum-grade piece. Who the hell are you? A kid, to destroy a treasure here? You don't have an ounce of reverence for ancient artifacts. I've worked in appraisal for 22 years. 8 or 10 yuan blue and whites have passed through my hands. The clay, the glaze, the painting, the form. Every detail of this piece is spot on, and you dare manhandle it like that. It's a desecration of the entire antique trade. My 8 million! Lucian, you bastard, you dare destroy my family heirloom. If this jar has so much as a scratch, I'll make you pay until you're bankrupt. The police arrive in moments. What's going on here? Celine sees things turning bad and gets ready to strike. I press her hand down. Everyone here claims to be an antique expert, so open your eyes wide and take a good look at the inscription on the bottom of this Yuan Dynasty masterpiece. Right there on the bottom, in plain letters, microwave safe. The crowd bursts into laughter. The appraisal experts, however, lose their cool. Vince, you piece of trash, I must have been blind to vouch for a scumbag like you. You took a 200 yuan piece of junk and passed it off as an 8 million yuan national treasure. You cheated your fellow traders, you swindled collectors, all the rules, the face, the reputation of our trade. You stomped them all into dust. The reputation of our appraisal circle is being destroyed by shameless frauds like you wiped clean off the map, and to think we treated you as one of us. Yet here you are, using a fake to set up a scam, making fools of us. People who've been in this trade for decades. This isn't just fraud, it's smashing the rice bowl of our entire industry. Vince, losing control of the scene, roars. Where the hell is security? Seal every entrance and exit. Anyone tries to push through, take them down. If anything happens, I'll cover it all. A swarm of guards floods in through the door. Celine is about to draw her weapon when a car crashes straight into the shop, and another team of bodyguards pours out. Mr. Lucian, that rainbow spirit stone you had on you yesterday, the one radiating powerful spiritual energy. The Sutton family is willing to buy it for 10 billion. My grandfather has been tormented for years by cursed antiques. The backlash is threatening his life. Every master in Cloud City is helpless. Only a treasure carrying pure spiritual energy can stabilize him, prolong his life, and heal him. Mr. Lucian, I beg you, please save my grandfather. At that moment, her butler calls. Miss Sutton, the dark energy inside the old master has gone completely out of control. Several senior doctors have been thrown across the room. The old master can't hold on much longer. How can this be happening? Even the most skilled healers couldn't help. The only one in this world who can save grandfather now is him. Claire is on the verge of tears. My grandfather is dying, please, save him. I glance at Celine. She gives a small nod. All right, I'll help you. Take us to your grandfather. She thanks us and rushes us toward the hospital. By the time we arrive, the dark energy in the old man's body has already knocked out a row of doctors, but to me, the heavenly sovereign, this is nothing. A petty mortal world death curse dares act up before a heavenly sovereign. Break. In an instant, the hospital room clears, and the old master wakes. Impossible. How did he do that? Mr. Lucian has heaven-shaking power. He brought a man back from death. I've practiced medicine for decades, and only today have I truly witnessed what a master healer looks like. I am utterly convinced. Claire steps forward. Mr. Lucien, words can't repay this debt. You saved my grandfather today, which means you saved the entire Sutton family from this day forward. You are our family's savior. Every member of the Suttons will follow your word. Thank you, Mr. Lucien, for saving his life. The Sutton family will never forget this. The old master struggles to sit up. Mr. Lucien, your power runs deep. Thank you for stepping in. These dark cursed energies in me come from cursed objects sold by a shadowy force in Cloud City. They call themselves the Shadow Cloud Group. Here is an invitation to their underground auction. I take the invitation. So the mastermind who dragged me back to Earth all those years ago is finally surfacing piece by piece. I'm going to that auction tonight no matter what. Celine grips her sword tight. I'm going with you. Claire then accompanies the two of us to the venue. Tonight's entire auction, every antique fragment carrying spiritual energy is being claimed in full by the Shadow Cloud Group. Anyone who dares place a bid on their own is making an enemy of Shadow Cloud and asking for trouble. A bunch of ordinary mortals dare to throw their weight around in front of me? Celine begins to channel her power. When a heavenly Tao backlash suddenly erupts, Earth is in the end of Dharma era. The laws of heaven and earth are strictly bound here. Beings from the celestial realm cannot freely use immortal power just now. To protect me, she forced her way past the laws, and her organs are being torn apart by the world's rules. She's gravely wounded. Husband, I'm just a little tired. I'm fine. I can hold on. The first item now opens for bidding. The Millennium Bonded Jade Marrow. It carries the purest, most refined primordial spiritual energy. Starting bid, 50 million yuan. This Jade Marrow can repair the torn rift of the heavenly Tao, stabilize Celine's life soul, and suppress the terrifying backlash no matter the cost I have to win this 1 billion yuan. The room erupts. A regular working-class guy dares to throw out a 1 billion yuan bid? Someone, throw this troublemaker out. Claire speaks up. Every cent Mr. Lucien spends is fully covered by the Sutton family. If 5 billion isn't enough, we'll go 10 billion. Even if it drains every asset the Suttons own, I will back. Mr. Lucien Shadow Cloud Group does not run everything. Down in the crowd, Trent grits his teeth. The Suttons are backing him now. The Hayes heir has run into a real wall. No wonder he dares stand up to Trent. He's got real muscle behind him. Trent refuses to back down 110 million. Then I'll see this through to the end. 130 million. Trent, we can't bid any higher. Every corporate and personal account is dry. Every credit line is maxed out. We can't pull out another cent. Hearing he's tapped out, Trent flushes with rage and shame. In the end, I take the piece for 130 million. Congratulations, sir. You've won the showcase treasure of the night, the Millennium Jade Marrow. While the crowd is in uproar, Trent still refuses to accept it. So what if you won the Jade Marrow? This treasure is incredibly hard. You'd need Shadow Cloud Group's specialized equipment, and 49 days of refining before you can use it. Your companion is going to... Trent keeps ranting, but I have no time for him. Whoa, my God. He just crushed the Millennium Jade Marrow with his bare hand. How is that possible? A treasure worth hundreds of millions destroyed just like that, and that golden light. No mortal could do that. I gently lift Celine's chin. Don't be afraid. Drink slowly. Once it's down, every wound will heal. The moment the Jade Marrow flows down, Celine's vitality returns at last. The next day, the Suttons get hit with sanctions from Shadow Cloud Group for backing me. Their message, hand over Mr. Lucien and the Sutton family will be spared. Miss, please hand over Lucien and save our family. If the Sutton family chooses to stand against Mr. Lucien, then I will leave the family on my own. You are utterly ungrateful from this day on. I cut ties with the Suttons by my own will. No matter how hard the road ahead, I will follow Mr. Lucien. Claire, think this through. What you're doing is unforgivable. But Claire walks out without looking back. Meanwhile, in the office of Shadow Cloud Group, the once mighty heavenly sovereign of the celestial realm, after falling to the mortal world, is nothing before the power of modern capital, nothing but a cornered, pitiful worm with nowhere to run. Nothing but a cornered, pitiful worm. A sudden, piercing pain shoots through my heart. Celine, Claire, leave me. The mastermind behind Shadow Cloud Group comes from the celestial realm. He holds my soul tablet. I have no way to fight back now. I've gone blind. I'm a broken man. Don't let me drag you down. Celine throws her arms around me. Lucien, alive. You are my heavenly sovereign. Dead. You are still my only husband. If you cannot see, I will be your eyes. If you are gravely wounded, I will guard you for the rest of my life. Whoever dares harm a hair on you, I will raze this city to the ground, slaughter every enemy, and never let them go. Mr. Lucien. Lady Celine, you saved my grandfather's life. Even in death, I will never abandon you. Celine then takes me to a derelict house, and tends to me through the entire night, never changing out of her clothes. Wife, where are you going? Celine throws on an old coat from the house. I'm stepping out. I'll be back soon. I see her leave behind all the beautiful clothes I bought her, dressed instead in the plainest work outfit. My heart aches at the construction site. Things are rough for Celine. A pretty girl like you, why would you come do hard labor here? Suffering like this, wouldn't an easier job be more comfortable than hauling bricks? Celine swallows her anger. My husband is gravely ill. I need money for his treatment. How much does hauling bricks pay here per day? The foreman points. See that stack of steel over there? Carry it all up to the 10th floor. By hand, no machines, no tools finish. And you get paid on the spot. The rough steel tears Celine's hands raw. One more step, just enough money. Then his eyes can be healed for this small bit of money. Celine nearly falls from the 5th floor. Boss, pay me. Dragging her exhausted body and the small wage she earned through her own sweat, Celine buys food for me. Husband, eat slowly, careful. It's hot. This bowl of noodles was made from pork bone broth. It's good for healing. The taste is excellent, but I have no mind for taste. I look at her once soft, pale hands, now covered in cuts and bruises, and she tries to hide them. Don't hide them. Tell me the truth. Where did you really go just now? What did you do? Celine freezes for a moment. Nowhere. I just went out to carry a few things. Then, without warning, I throw back my head and let out a long roar. I understand everything now. The heavenly Tao's suppression, the deadly backlash of the soul tablet. I pull Celine into my arms. Between me and the mastermind, what was missing was this. The karmic bond between husband and wife. Every hardship, every pain you've endured for me is the key to breaking this curse and turning fate on its head. Celine, tonight, let us seal the heart bond pact of the heavenly Tao, strengthen our bond across all lifetimes, and break this chain of the heavenly Tao together. Celine looks at me, puzzled. Are you sure this can really break the curse of the soul tablet? Then she gently touches my face, a face that looks just like Light Yagami's. You are the wife the heavenly Tao itself recognized. As long as we vow to stay together for every lifetime, never to part, we can share the backlash of the soul tablet between us and break free of the heavenly Tao's chains for good. I'm sorry to put you through this. We have only this broken little house to continue our heaven-bound marriage. Celine wraps her arms around me. As long as the one beside me is you, even the humblest shack feels no different from the ninth heaven's celestial palace. We press our hands together, gathering spiritual energy, searching for the source of the backlash. The cursed soul tablet, struck back by our combined power, turns the backlash against itself, and the boss who only showed his face once or twice goes down just like that, and just like that, my eyes can see again. Don't ask how I could see while eating the noodles earlier. Blame the AI. Husband, your eyes. My eyes are healed. I'm sorry for what you went through. We hold each other close. From this day forward, with me here, no one will ever insult you again. Right on cue, Trent's men come to throw their lives away. A spy must have spotted Celine at the construction site. Find the blind man and the woman from the site. Ha 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 ha. Let's take them out together, then go collect the bounty. I unleash the power of the Eye of the Reaper and drop these small fry where they stand. Noisy. Annoying. My wife and I walk calmly out of the broken house. Waiting for us are the Suttons. Mr. Lucian, the custom battle attire you requested is all ready. First stop, where to? First, let's collect some interest from an old friend. We head to the pawn shop, where laughter and cheers fill the air. Let me tell you all that Lucian is finished, washed up. He's vanished without a trace from now on. The whole antique alley runs under Shadow Cloud Group. What did you all come here for? For prosperity, of course, for daily gold, pouring in for making more money with Vince here. I guarantee your fortunes will roll in. No one can stop us. The crowd erupts in flattering laughter. Chairman Vince is right with you. At the helm, Shadow Cloud Association rules the antique world of South Province. From now on, we all follow you. Chairman, point us anywhere, and we strike a toast to Chairman Vince. Ha ha ha. That's the moment Celine and I walk in. It's been only a few days. Looks like none of you recognize me anymore. Well then, this antique alley that profits off cursed fakes has no reason to exist anymore. I crush their signboard under my foot. Just then, Claire appears out of nowhere. Mr. Lucian, Shadow Cloud Group's 7 top auction houses are all launching their major fall auctions tomorrow. At the same time, they've been hoarding huge amounts of spirit-laced antique fragments, planning to monopolize the entire city's antique market. They want to monopolize the market? Then I'll bankrupt them all in a single night. Claire pauses for a beat, but quickly stands behind my decision. Just give the order. Mobilize every available fund, short every stock under Shadow Cloud Group's umbrella. Yes, Mr. Lucian. I start stripping the illusions from these fake antiques one by one. What the hell? It's a fake! These auction houses are scamming us all together. That's right, scamming us together. As I expose fake after fake, the guests can no longer hold their seats. Frauds. Every one of you is a fraud. Refund my money. I'm suing commercial fraud. One after another, the merchants under the Shadow Cloud Association collapse. Breaking news: appraiser Lucian sweeps 12 top auction houses across the city, exposing 21 sky-priced fakes in total, with a total value exceeding 10 billion, sending shockwaves through the entire collector's world. With their stronghold shaken, the Shadow Cloud Association pours out in full force for a final showdown. I'm about to head out to face them when Celine stops me. You've just broken through and recovered your cultivation. You shouldn't waste your power so often. She gives me a doting smile and looks out the window. Leave these mortal nobodies to me. Celine steps out of the car and softly closes the door behind her. Sword, come. In an instant, a freezing wave sweeps over the Shadow Cloud army, locking them in place. Husband, the road ahead is clear. She takes my hand and walks me straight up through Shadow Cloud Tower. Unstoppable. Lucian, in the end, I underestimated you. The mastermind rolls a pair of walnuts in his hand. Even shattering your soul tablet couldn't finish you off. Instead, it broke you and reforged you, letting you smash through every limit. He turns to face us, and Celine realizes she knows him. Cassius. So it really is you, the traitor of the celestial realm, ha 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 ha. The noble heavenly sovereign and the proud cold sovereign queen surprised to see me? You think I spent 3 whole years hoarding mortal antiques just to make money? I used the fortune energy of the entire treasure antique alley to form the 9 abysses world-ending array tonight. I will drain every living being on this planet of their life force to break through the realm's barriers and ascend to godhood, and the 2 of you will be the very first sacrifices to this array. How does that feel? The lives of hundreds of millions of mortals will be wiped out because of you. Once I devour the power of all things and successfully ascend to godhood, both the celestial realm and the mortal world will kneel at my feet. Ha 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 ha. I cut him off. Cassius, you've schemed and planned for 3 whole years, yet you forgot the one thing that matters most. Every array, every cultivation technique you ever learned, I taught you with my own hands. Cassius's smile freezes in an instant. What are you talking about? I let out a cold laugh and snapped my fingers. You thought I spent all those days walking through every antique alley gathering broken artifacts just to scrape by? He watches through the window as the array he spent years building unravels in an instant. Like a joke. Impossible. My array, my one chance at ascension. If I cannot become a god, then this planet will perish with me. He swallows a self-destruct pill. How dare you, you arrogant fool, a mere traitor and rebel dares cause chaos in front of my husband. Selene moves at once to fight beside me. Cassius, I once placed you on the throne of the former king with my own hands. Today, I will cast you down into the depths of the 9 abysses with those same hands, sealed forever, never to be reborn. The array seals Cassius, who then crumbles into ash. The sky returns to peace. Husband, it's all over. No, our story is only just beginning. For every life, for every year, I will be by your side.